You are at a fork in the road where you are either going to choose sabotage or you are going to choose self. And who you become in the process of choosing yourself during times like these is what births your legend. Hey babe, I'm Brooke Jean, licensed therapist, coach, mama, and your straight talking guide to ditching the pressure and living a life unperfected. I've coached some of the top C-suite women in America, women leading billion-dollar companies while secretly falling apart. I've been her. I blend psychology, neuroscience, and energetics with lived experience to help high-achieving women actually heal so that they can access their infinite energy, creativity, and vitality. If you're a perfection-obsessed woman who's checked every damn box, career, family, house, 401k, but still feels low-key dead inside, you're in the right place. Here, we rip off the good girl mask, call out the BS, and build a life that actually feels like yours. We talk healing, we talk revealing, we talk rising, and we do it raw, real, and unfiltered. This is the Unperfected Pod. Are you someone who is feeling like we are living through an absolute SHIT show right now, and that if you hear one more ounce of bad news, you are absolutely going to become unglued? There is not much more you can handle, and you feel like you're in a pressure cooker living in what feels like unprecedented times. Yeah, you are not alone, but here is where I want to remind you something that will profoundly change your life. So lean in, because I'm about to tell you what is really happening, which is that hard times birth legends. That's right. I said it. I'm going to own it, and I'm going to share with you, number one, why legends are born during hard times and what is happening in the current landscape. And then I'm going to give you 3 things that you can do starting right now to birth your actual legend. So let's talk about it. Right now, there is so much rapidly changing in the world, in the United States, in how we work, in how we create. We have AI coming on the scenes. We have all sorts of weather things happening. It's one thing after the other. And if you feel like we are in an unprecedented time of change, growth, and expansion, you are absolutely right. That is absolutely what is happening. But your protective parts might be trying to tell you that this is hard, that you can't handle it, that there's not much more you can take. But here is where I want to remind you that what sits in front of you is a fork in the road, where with all of this change that is unfolding, all of this newness that is coming online, all of this pressure that's happening, you can either take a left down self-sabotage road, or you can take a right down what I'm calling self road. So all too often when things get hard, when we're in the unknown, when we're in a crunch, a rock bottom, we're struggling, we can't see the forest through the trees, we don't know how it's all going to work out, our protective parts come online and they influence us to sabotage. That looks like numbing, avoiding, running away, freaking out, sabotaging yourself, perfecting, people pleasing, shape shifting, right? But what I want to do is I want to speak to your higher self, what I call the inner CEO in my body of work and in my community. And I want to invite you for what I believe you're ready for, which is to instead take a right down the path of self. Now, in IFS, internal family systems therapy, when we talk about inner child, protective parts, and self, it's self with a capital S. That is your highest and best self, your soul, your spirit, the truth frequency of who you really are, the version of you that is healed, that is whole, that knows that she is worthy, that knows that she is deserving. She has big goals, big dreams, a big mission, and knows that it's all happening for her. She stands in her self-leadership. She stands in her integrity, and she does what she says she's going to do. When we are sitting in a really deep crunch like this, you are at a fork in the road where you are either going to choose sabotage or you are going to choose self. And who you become in the process of choosing yourself during times like these is what births your legend. What you reveal about yourself when you choose the hard path, the path less traveled, the path of your integrity, personal responsibility, showing up for your life, handling hard things. It will show you the truth of who you really are. And baby, that person is a legend and she is ready for big things in her life. So when we go through these absolute contractions where everything is about to change, we either cop out or we lean in. And when we choose the path of leaning in, who we become in this process determines the next stage of our life, determines the next phase of our leadership in our business, in our creation, and our innovation. So here are 3 things that you can begin to do right now to birth your legend. Number 1 is all around mindset. Okay. We need to change our mindset around hard things. It's not necessarily hard. It's a challenge, you bet. It's an opportunity, 100%. It will stretch you, but it will grow you. But it isn't hard. If we're wasting our precious time, energy, and sanity on it's so hard, why is this happening? I can't take any more. It's too much. We're focused on the wrong thing and we're feeding the wrong beast. And now I am not undervaluing or passing over the fact that things are hard for a lot of people in the world right now. I am not minimizing the pain and suffering. I'm not excusing the trauma. I face the hard things. I feel my way through it. And then I consciously bring my attention to the life that I am creating. So I have a ton of compassion for your protectors that want to numb out and avoid. I have a ton of love and empathy for your inner child that is scared because things are unknown, because things are uncertain, because everything is changing so fast and you feel like it's going to expose your vulnerabilities. I have a ton of compassion for those parts. And in my body of work, I teach a ton of skills to help you love those parts back to life so that they can no longer run the show that is your life. But today I'm speaking to your higher self, what I call in my body of work, the inner CEO. The inner CEO doesn't see things as hard. The inner CEO says, oh, this is going to grow me. Let me belly up. Oh, this is going to expand me. I'm all in. Oh, I need to take a stand and choose me and do the thing that's more challenging. No problem. Hard things birth legends. So the hard thing is actually positive. And I can say this with my full chest, baby, because I have pulled myself out of the dark night of the soul, out of the rock bottom, out of the depths of hell so many times that I can promise you this. When you get through the hard thing, what's on the other side for you is more play, more pleasure, more wealth, more abundance, more connection, more visibility, more opportunity. The more pain we can hold, the more pleasure we become a magnet for, the more good stuff we're available for. So when something's hard that's coming my way, I know it's happening for me because I need to grow my capacity to hold the responsibility of the thing that I desire. That was a juicy one, ladies and gentlemen. Rewind and write it down. I know that leaders are bridges and bridges are tested. I've learned this from one of my mentors. So when hard stuff comes my way, I know that it's because God, source, mother nature, the universe, whatever you believe in, knows that I'm a powerful force on this planet and I have a big, important mission and I'm the right one to do it. But in order for me to be ready to hold that level of responsibility, I might need to learn another lesson. And so here comes the contraction. Here comes the crunch. Here comes the hard thing. And sometimes it feels like, oh my gosh, can I carry it all? And I either sabotage because I can't, which then mediocre results show up in my life, leadership, business, and relationships, or I choose self and I grow through it. And I become the one who faces it, the one who can handle it, the one who can hold it, the one who can pave the way, right? So when I see a hard thing is coming, I don't even see it as this negative thing that this negative meaning that we've attached to the word hard. I see it as another lesson and another blessing that God, Mother Nature, the universe is giving me in preparation for what's next to come in my life, leadership, and business. And I've done it enough times that I can back that. And I've walked so many women through similar rock bottoms and transformations that I know on the other side of this hot pocket is blessings on blessings on blessings, homie. Okay. So change your mindset. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. What you learn about yourself when you navigate this crunch is exactly what you need to have that confidence in yourself to keep going at the next level. Okay. Number two, you guys are going to hear me preach this till the cows come home. It's the licensed professional counselor in me. Regulate your damn nervous system. When we're in a time of change, when we're in a crunch, when we can't see how things are going to work out, we call that the unknown. You just have to know that fear is going to show up on the job and you're going to be dysregulated. But we cannot see the forest through the trees. We cannot rationalize. We cannot strategize when we are in a dysregulated nervous system. Why? Because your prefrontal cortex literally goes offline. You cannot think rationally when you're dysregulated. You're blocking your creativity, you're blocking your flow, you're blocking your connection to the divine of your own understanding. You're blocking your own creativity deep in your brain and body. So if you want to be able to not just survive these unprecedented times, but maybe even thrive, you have got to regulate your nervous system. And I want you doing it preventatively and reactively. Preventatively looks like, how do you start your day? If you start your day looking at your phone and getting a jolt of cortisol because you're looking at the news and Facebook and the latest drama and trauma, that is not what I recommend. 0 stars. Do not look at your phone. Do not look at social media or the news or your email within the first hour that you wake up. Instead, go outside, start a 10-minute meditation, slow down your brain waves, become present, slow down your breath, connect to the earth, open your heart, and do some mindfulness. You're going to start your day in a regulated nervous system. If you start your day dysregulated, baby, it is all downhill from there. When you get triggered, and you will because you're human, step away and go regulate your nervous system. Breathe, take a walk, listen to bilateral music, stretch, get in the shower, bath, or cold plunge. There's a million ways that you can regulate your nervous systems, and I share them in all of my content. But I really want you regulating your nervous system like it's a part-time job, because from there, we can make calm, grounded, and intentional decisions, which leads me into step number 3, which is take daily intentional action. So the legend in you that wants what she wants, big dreams, big goals, big vision, intimate partnership, like all the things that you're calling in, what is a step that you can take today and every day that moves you toward that goal? So if you're somebody that wants more wealth in your life, what are you doing today to create the offer that's needed in the world right now and to package it beautifully and to message it in front of your ideal buyer? If you're wanting to fall in love with the love of your life, what are you doing today to become the energetic match for the man that you want to call in? What are you doing today to improve your relationship with yourself? What are you doing today to put yourself out there? If you're calling in more visibility, what are you doing today to put yourself online, to show up, to hit record, to connect with people, to ask for opportunities? The legend shows up for the things that she desires. So, hard times birth legends. Why? Because we hit a crossroads. And when we choose the path of self, who we become in that journey is the next level leader that is ready to champion what it is that he or she wants in their life. I am speaking to you. 3 ways that you can begin to birth your legend here and now during this unprecedented time. Number 1 is change your attitude, change your mindset. This isn't bad or wrong. It's happening for us. It's forcing new innovation, new co-creation, new ways of being, thinking, doing, and acting that are going to take us to a whole new level of existence. What a freaking opportunity if you choose to see it that way. And I do, because I'm creating my own reality. Number 2, regulate your damn nervous system. Regulators, mount up. Okay. I want you to literally put that on your wrist. And number 3 is take daily aligned action. Show up for your life, show up for your dreams. Baby steps add up over time. But when you make the decision to take the road of self leadership, personal responsibility, stretching and growing, being able to hold more duality, and you start showing up for your life, you are literally reorganizing the field and creating a new reality for you. So, if there's something that pulled on a string in your heart today that really resonated with you, I invite you to like and subscribe this video, to share it, to save it, to come see the rest of my work. And I want to personally invite you into my free masterclass called Liberation, happening July 31st, 2025. And there's going to be a link in the show notes where you can grab your spot for that. But if this is calling you forward, if you know you're ready to birth your freaking legend, because the hardest of times birth the most legendary leaders, then definitely get with me in my world, honey, because we are going places and we are going to have a good time while we do it. Okay, that's it for today. Hey, boo, if you made it this far, I know you're serious about healing, revealing, and rising, living a life unperfected. Just by showing up, you're telling the universe, I matter, I'm ready. So don't be surprised if things start shifting in your favor. If this episode moved you, do me a favor. Rate and review the podcast on Apple or Spotify. It helps us reach more high-achieving, high-performing women who are ready to stop pretending and start living. And if something really landed, DM me on Instagram at Brooke Jean Unperfected, or share a clip and tag me. I want to see what's moving through you. And hey, don't forget, you can watch this episode on YouTube and join my brand new VidMe membership for exclusive content, coaching, and community for only $35 a month. We're not just talking about rising, we're doing it together.